Hello there. This is the Jayman Show on WBCA 102.9 FM, Boston's local community radio station. I'm your host, Jaiye Bynoe, and my guest today is actress Kiana Washington from so many wonderful shows like On Diamond. Hi, Kiana. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful and blessed. So good to see you today. I mean, I've been a fan of yours ever since I saw you on Diamond in these shows. So yeah. So my question to you is what made you want to become an actress?
Oh wow. I don't even remember the initial trigger for me. I've wanted to act like my entire life since I was a child.
Uh-huh.
And I actually started in music. So me and my two sisters, I'm the middle child. We used to write songs and sing together with my dad. And then slowly from there, I discovered other outlets of performance and transitioned to musical theater. And then from there, theater, and then I really had always just wanted to do like film and TV. So after graduating high school is when I sort of made that transition.
Okay, that's good. And I see you also graduated college. You had two bachelor degrees.
Yeah, I went to the University of Georgia and I studied theater and entertainment and media studies, which is like film production.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm so glad you did it. I also graduated college myself. Boston Community College in Boston. Got my associate degree in the bot. So I'm trying to go give my bachelor's in film media as well. Yeah. So that's
Oh, cool.
yeah. How'd you get started in TV and appearing on Domino's other shows that I've seen you in?
Yeah, so my first TV role was actually when I was still in college. I got the chance to work on this show called Legacies, and
Oh.
it was really nice because it was a singing role.
Mhm.
So I got to sing for it, and combine my passion for music and film. And then from there, I moved to California during the pandemic, and that's where I had started working at Darman. And I worked on another TV series that it like just came out, so it was pretty exciting.
That's wonderful to hear. So how did the pandemic affect you? Was it a tough time for you?
Yeah, it was tough at first, especially because I had like just started, getting my grind on,
Yeah.
pursuing TV, and I was in school at the time.
Oh.
So it was a weird transition, especially doing theater classes online. I remember I did this puppetry class
Uh-huh.
for my theater degree, and we were doing it through Zoom, and it was just hilarious.
I
So
see.
it was definitely interesting, but it also gave me time to figure out some things and pursue different creative outlets. So I had like picked up new skills like photography, and I did some like actual sketching and painting during the pandemic. So good and bad, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I understand. So what inspires you? What gives you inspiration to do what you do?
um I really I mean, I've always wanted to create stories that can make people think.
Mhm.
That's something I've always been interested in, which is probably why I like psychological
Yeah.
films the most. Jordan Peele is like right up my alley because it just challenges people to think in a different way or see things in a new way. And so that's been my biggest push so far.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear. What advice can you give actresses that want to be an actress? So what advice can you give them, singers, that want to be, famous?
Yeah, I think if you're just starting out, the best thing that you can do is create your own work.
Mhm.
So a lot of times actors will just like wait for the opportunity to hit them, but that doesn't always happen immediately. And you still want to use that creative outlet. So why not create something for yourself? That's kind of where I started. I made short films and I starred in them as well, directing and starring in them. And then I made like a music video, and it's like you can develop these different skills that also will translate on camera and help you understand the entire world of film.
Hey, that's wonderful to hear. That's right. That's right. I started doing myself. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
yes. Wow. So I didn't plans for you to work on an album for Alvin anytime soon?
Did you say my album?
Yeah, are you gonna start working on an album?
I'm not actually. I have just now been thinking about getting back into music
Uh-huh.
because I did take a break for many years. And I just actually last week I was recording a song for this upcoming movie that's coming out soon that I got to sing for.
Wow.
And just it was like my first time back in the booth since early pandemic. And I was like, oh, I kind of miss this. And I'm like, maybe I will start writing music again, even though it's been a while. I think it's something I could definitely practice during this strike.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. So have you been participating in the strike as well?
I haven't been able to go to the picket lines. I've mostly been spreading information through social media to help educate actors and to give some ideas of like what they can do to take action and to also fuel themselves creatively during this time.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Now I know you said that you work on some television shows, right? Can you tell me a little bit about them what
Yeah.
what kind yeah, I love to hear it.
Yeah, so the probably the biggest one that I've worked on, it was this past year, and it was my first union role in as like a series regular in a TV series, and it's called Linked by Love. It's out to the public now at linkedbylovetv.org. And we wanted it to be accessible to the public because it's an edutainment series and it focuses on an African American family going through the process of kidney disease diagnosis and treatment and just how a family goes about processing this information and getting through a difficult time and finding love through it all and just being happy together.
Okay, that's well over here. We need more projects like that. So what do you have? So what do you have come out this year? I mean, what projects are you working on? You have any come out for the rest of the year, the summertime that you're working on?
Yes, I'm trying to see what I can say. I know for a fact I have a movie coming out pretty soon. It's a Lifetime movie.
Oh,
I can't
awesome.
tell you much about it, but it'll come out in the next few months. That's the one I was recording music for.
Okay.
And then what's this other movie? There's another movie coming out at some point. I'm not sure when, but it's coming soon.
Okay, can we just see it? I'll definitely look out for it. So how do you do?
Yeah.
How do you deal with rejection? Does it sometimes affect you being rejected sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I've kind of gotten used to it since I've been acting
Mhm.
for a while. So I'm used to, auditioning and then not hearing anything in return. So it can be challenging, not getting any feedback, but I just have developed this skill. It's honestly a skill. I'll say at this point that I'm very forgetful. So so I can do an audition and then just completely forget about it. And then it's like, if I get a call back, then, oh, that's a bonus, just celebrating the little wins.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah. So how do you get into character? I mean, prepare for audition or role. I see.
Oh, yeah. So I like to do a bunch of different things. So I'll, focus on the script first, reading it through a few times. And then that's when I'll start to dive into the character and figure out what the character wants in the scene and do a little bit of, paperwork on the book. And then I'll do some sensory stuff right before I shoot it.
Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah. So as an actress, have you gotten to meet any stars or celebrities since you've been in this business?
Yeah, I have. I've met a few, crazily not entirely from acting, but like through other ways as well. Trying to think who I did get to meet Jennifer Nettles. That was like the first celebrity that I met. She was in Sugarland, and she's actually a Georgia 4-H alumni, which is what I was a part of growing up in high school. So I got to meet with her. Wow, that was so long ago, probably like 2016. So that was the first one.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Wow. I see. Wow. Yeah. So what do you what do you like to do for fun when you're not working on when you're time? What do you like to do for fun and travel wise?
Yeah. So there's so many things that I love to do for fun. I've been developing new things just in the last like 2 weeks. I've started doing Pilates and yoga, and even just walking around my neighborhood and just like taking whatever direction I feel like, and then discovering new shops or a new restaurant. It's been a lot of fun just exploring my environment since I grew up in the same place.
Yeah.
I was in Watkinsville, Georgia for my entire life until a year and a half ago. So just seeing new things and traveling. I just booked a trip to Europe, and so it'll be
Wow.
like the first time going out of the country and just, exploring new worlds.
I see. Wow. When do you go to Europe?
In October.
Oh wow. For how long? Like a month?
No, I'm only going for a week and a half. That's the thing about being an actor. You don't want to like be gone for too long, but I decided to, just take a trip, take a chance.
I hear you. I actually took a trip to Mexico on a cruise. It was wonderful. The water was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Where'd you go in Mexico?
I went to Cancun, Mexico,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, I got so some of the nice warm water. Some of the dolphins had the food was wonderful. It's just a fabulous trip. I'm gonna go back in someday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Wow, I see. Wow, and so when my question to you. Okay. So where do you see yourself years from now? Like down the line. Where do you see yourself years from now?
Um, I feel like years from now, I definitely will still be acting. I also hope to be in the or not in the process. I hope to be at least in production
Mhm.
for this TV series that I've actually been working on for the past almost 5 years now with my little sister. We've been developing a TV series, and I'm just like ready for us to jump into it, start production, and get it done. So hopefully in the next few years that'll be happening, and then eventually we want to make more projects
Mhm.
together. So perhaps we'll start a production company and get the ball rolling.
That's good. Is there any way that that our viewers or like myself can audition to be some of your movies as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So once we get to the pre-production stage, then we'll definitely have castings. It'll go probably mostly through Actors Access, since that's my favorite platform. I actually used to cast like be a casting director, so that was always the one that I preferred. So you'll see auditions on there.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. I definitely make sure I apply. I'd love to be with some of your films. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what's it like to work on Diamond? Do you guys get along on the set? I mean, can you co-stars you get along?
Yeah, I love going to Darman. I feel like every single video I work on is like a very different vibe, and so I'm always excited to see what the video is going to be like. Just like the chemistry between the actors, and you work with different directors, and it's always a different story, different location, or different set location. So it's always a good time.
Okay, and what's left to work Diamond?
With Darman
Yeah.
himself.
Uh-huh. What's left to work?
I haven't worked with him. He mostly works on the TikTok,
Oh,
so I've met him a few times, but I don't like work with him for every video.
okay. That's good. That's good to hear. He seems like a great guy. I love to meet him someday. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that that you do that on different shows. That you audition for you and work with. You do top stuff, like racism, prejudice. You know, my question is, how did how did racism affect you growing up? Was it hard for you dealing with racism and prejudice? What was that growing up for you?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I lived in a predominantly white county. I lived in Oconee County in Georgia.
Hmm.
So it was rough, but it's also like I didn't fully understand it or see it because I was one of very few Black people in my town, me and my whole family. So it was really just a challenge. And my whole family, we had like this identity conflict of like not knowing what we were, because the other Black people that were in our town, they would call us like Oreo, or just say like, oh, you're so white, like you act white. And so it was like really weird for all of us. And my mom didn't know her family background at the time because she had never met her dad. So she just actually a few weeks found out that she is mixed.
Oh,
She never knew that her entire life. She thought that she was like full African American, but she is half white and half Black.
mhm.
So that explains her identity crisis.
I
But
see.
yeah, it was very interesting growing up in the South.
I see. I mean, yeah, I see. I mean, so yeah, so that's good. I mean, I'm glad that nobody did that setting to make you feel bad. So yeah.
Yeah.
See. So what was like? So what was like? I left like for to be in school. Were you ever put on a book or a bully in school?
Yeah, I was bullied in school a lot,
Oh,
especially because I wore my hair in cornrows growing up. Like the first time I wore it like this was probably freshman or sophomore year of college. So I had my hair just in cornrows and I'd be called dinosaur, predator, even by like teachers.
oh,
So it was, yeah, super toxic. And I never learned to embrace my natural hair until honestly, until I worked on the Linked by Love series and I worked with the hairstylist for that show. And she taught me like all these things that I can do with my hair. And I just learned to love it. But it took that long.
I see. Like I said, your hair is very beautiful. And I'm so sorry that you're bullied in school. I know how to be bullied because I get bullied too. So I mean, but how did that? But how that? But how my question is how did that affect you? I mean, was it hard for you being bullied? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. And I didn't really know what to do about it at all. Like there's no one you can really talk to, especially in my town. There was no one I could really go to talk about it that would understand my struggles.
Um,
So it was definitely really difficult only having like my family and my dad, supporting me.
okay. I mean, yeah. So I see. So you can tell principal or counselor that you or the people that you're doing something to knock it off. You know what I mean? Because it is totally unacceptable.
Yeah, no, I couldn't really talk to anyone.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. And do you still get do you still get bullied now as an adult sometimes or as an adult?
I mean, through social media, but who doesn't at this point? I am not really phased. Um, yeah, it doesn't, I don't think I have like too many issues in my personal DMs. It'd be more like, a hurtful comment on a video or something. And it's like people don't know that you see these things, but sometimes, actors do see whatever you're saying about them. So in that way, not nearly as bad, but it's just different.
I see. I see. What do you think we could do as people to maybe put end to put end to put bullying once for all?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What do you think we could do to stop bullying from happening as now? What do you think what can we do to make changes so that's not happening again?
Yeah, I'm not sure what we could all do other than, choose kindness and educate people that this is a problem. But I feel like people know it's a problem at this point and they just don't seem to care.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just continuing to call people out for their wrongdoings is the best way that we could move forward.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's true, you know. It's yeah, that would be my answer to, you know, yeah. Yeah. So what makes you so what makes you happy, you know? Well, yeah.
Well, definitely my art. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be pursuing this if it didn't make me happy. But also just like collaborating with others and creating anything makes me happy, which is part of why I've started. I had mentioned to you earlier that I had started doing photo shoots. It's just
Mhm.
like a collaborative, fun thing, no pressures. It's not something that I have to do, but it's something that I choose to do. And we do like different themes. And it's just like creating this world that we can live inside for a short amount of time is just so fun to me. And
Yeah.
just being like different characters also is a lot of fun.
Yeah, agree, you know, yeah. So what is one celebrity that you like to work with? One star you want to work with?
Um,
You can name a whole bunch.
um, I've always wanted to work with Jordan Peele.
Uh-huh.
I love all of his work. It's insanely good, and it's like the exact genre that I love to work in.
Mhm.
So definitely Jordan Peele. Um, who else? That's been like my big one on my mind. Yeah, I'll just say Jordan Peele for now.
Okay, I gotcha. And now going back to going back back to your music, right? What kind of songs do you like to write and sing about?
Um, it was kind of a see, that's the interesting thing. Because growing up, it was definitely more like poppy
Uh-huh.
type, like I think Hannah Montana vibes,
Yeah.
like pop rock, I guess,
Uh-huh.
or country. I don't even know. But now I feel like my style, if I were to jump back into it, start making music again, it would be more not necessarily indie rock, like I guess like Florence and the Machine, or even like a mix of Florence and the Machine and like Billie Eilish and Lord and be in like that world.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I may start doing it again.
Okay, that's yeah. I think you should. I think you're a great singer. You know, I love like this. Love to listen to your music. You know, and your songs. You know. Mhm. Yeah. Do you ever get, you know, get recognized, you know, on the set, you know, by people who see you on TV, you know? Do they recognize you, ask or ask for autographs or picture of you?
Um, yeah, it's happened a few times when I do leave my apartment, which I'm trying to leave my apartment a lot more now. But I've gotten recognized a few times, mostly from Darman, or someone will ask like if I was in some commercial because I
Yeah.
have done a good bit of commercial work. But it's the Darman ones that really touch me because they're just like, oh my goodness, your video really inspired me. And it's a good feeling to know that you're making a difference.
Yeah, I can tell you definitely make a difference, you know, just by talking to you, you know, I can tell you definitely starting, you know, so, and I'm so glad that you actually, you know, reach out to come on my show, you know, it's a blessing to learn about you and it's learn so much from you, you know, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, me too. You know, I love getting in from people like yourself, learn about the greatness ones, inspires them. You know, makes them, you know, happy. So it's just a blessing. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one more question, okay? Because you know, 'cause I know we gotta go. So would you probably ever consider one for president of the United States someday? Running
I'm
for
sorry, can you repeat that again?
Okay, I was asking, would you ever consider running for president of the USA, president of the United States?
The President of the United
Would you
States?
ever
Would
consider?
I ever run?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
never.
oh.
I Yeah, no, I don't think I would be very good.
Uh,
That's a lot of responsibility.
yeah, I hear you, but because but for some reason, talking on this interview is like you kind of remind me of Michelle Obama. So that's like I asked you, just because you answered, kind of reminds me of Michelle Obama. That's why I asked you, because this interview is like, wow, you can definitely make a difference, So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. They do make a difference, but I think I'd get too nervous running a whole country.
yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. Probably, yeah. Yeah, it can be a responsibility. Yeah, yeah. Did you ever meet President Obama or First Lady Michelle Obama when they were in office?
Did I repost it?
No, no. I asked if you got to meet them, President Obama.
Oh no, I didn't get to meet them. That would be cool.
Yeah, I remember Michelle Obama. I'll send you a picture. I remember Michelle Obama. She was real nice,
Oh, that's so great.
So she was
I'm
one.
happy I got to meet her.
Yeah, yeah. I should President Obama say he's a great man. I shook his hand during his campaign. It was wonderful, to meet him. So yeah,
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 that's so cool.
yeah. Yeah, this is what's a wonderful talking to you, and learn more about you. So before you go, how can our viewers find you on social media to reach out to you and contact you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at my full name, Kiana Nicole Washington. It's KIANANICOLE Washington. So I'm on Instagram, and then I'm also on TikTok. I believe my username is Kiana Nicole 30.
Okay, well, and this is wonderful to meet you, and it's such a blessing to talk to you, learn so much about you. I hope to meet you someday, and maybe we can definitely work on a film together, once you start having an audition, it'll be great to you, and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Definitely. I will definitely be in touch about that once we get to that stage.
thank you, I appreciate it. And if you can decide, I just signed this one tonight, I could have the interview play next week, okay, and.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, God bless you. I wish you all the best. This is a great, to meet with you and learn so much from you. And I'll definitely stay in touch, So anytime, always welcome on my show. Anytime you want to come on, it's always a blessing to have you back.
Oh, cool. Absolutely. It was great to meet you. And thanks so much for reaching out to me for this.
Absolutely. God bless you. And I'll talk to you soon. And stay safe.
All right.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.